So let's do a Q&A, do a prize, and then get on with the next speaker. Okay, the question, XLOOKUP has a search mode component. All right, now, you're in a polka dot dress, you get to pay attention now. All right, all right. Oh, wait, now see, 4, anybody? 5, 5, anybody? 5, she got 4, anybody? 5. No, we're not having auction, huh? Huh? No, I haven't gotten to the question yet. We already got bids over here without knowing the question. Now I'm selling stuff. I'm not here to sell anything. All right, here's the question. XLOOKUP has a search mode component. If I put -1 in that position, what kind of search am I doing? You won already. See, there's a greedy man, security. There's a greedy fellow. He already won. Okay. Well, anybody else? Anybody? -1. Oh, okay. I think she got it right. We just need to clarify.
From bottom to top?
Hot dog, hot dog. She got it, yes. All right. Here we go, here we go. All right, all right. Now, this clipboard, what am I bidding now? $20 bid now, $20 bid. Anybody now, $20? $20. Nobody. Good $5. Never. See, it's over. Done. You know, y'all don't have any money. Okay. Our next speaker, 10-time MVP, certified Microsoft trainer, member of the Microsoft Regional Director Program, a very popular name in Europe and Bulgaria. He has a PhD in cloud computing. He works with .NET, C#, JavaScript, a lot of things. Another doctor, chairman of board of Bulgarian Software Community Association. And you know what a doctor makes you feel good. So, selector, Mihail Mateev. All right, making them feel good. All right. Whoop.
Just 1 second. And now we'll talk about Office scripts, actually. I'm not sure if you know what is Office script. Probably already you know, because there was another session. And I will show you how to make automation with Office script. And I will show you that it is easy. It is easy, helpful, and it is also fancy. So, thanks to us, I already have nothing to say more about myself. I was presented. And we will start with Office script in Excel. So, you know, Microsoft loves TypeScript. And Excel also should love TypeScript. And in the future, probably Office 365 will love TypeScript. What I mean, for now, Office script is for Excel Online. But in the future, probably we will see it in other products. It is not possible with all versions of Office to use Office scripts. If you are using Home Edition, it will be for now not possible, but if you have academic editions, if you have business editions, enterprise, you will be able to enjoy this new technology. Why we need Office scripts? It is server-side technology. It is a technology for server-side automation, for big workloads, and from one side it is similar to what we have with VBA and COM automation, but from another hand there are some differences. I will show demos after a few minutes. You can also record some activities in a similar way like for Excel, but only with Excel Online. And we have some security. It is not possible so easy to share these scripts. It is easy to share it inside your organization, but if it is not with someone from your organization, you need to copy this code and to share it in different non-standard way. So, why we need Office scripts? As I mentioned, it is about automation. Office scripts are very helpful if you need to analyze some data in Excel, and you can include these analyses, like step, in different flows. It is possible to do it with Power Platform and flows which we have for Power Automate and Power Apps. Actually, I will demonstrate such kind of demos. If we need to call scripts from Power Automate, it is pretty easy. It is possible if you have prerequisites, if you have Power Automate account, if you have Excel on web with specific edition, you can, with one click, generate the parts which include execution of this script in a Power Automate flow. We need to have some specifics. We need to know details which are mostly up to Excel, not up to TypeScript. TypeScript is a relatively modern language, but the object model is pretty similar like what you see and know from Excel using VBA or other technologies. And you can do most of things related to automation, adding some buttons, UI parts if it is needed. In most of cases, we need to make it server-side. How it looks in automation flows, I will demonstrate. So these slides are mostly like common information. And we will have integration, where I will demonstrate how we will be able to analyze some data, to make after that a response to Power Automate flow, to get this data and to have some business logic based on this data. Additionally, it is possible to use Office scripts for some functionalities which are not supported out of the box from Power Platform, and especially flows for Power Automate and Power Apps. For example, if you need to have dynamic lists with parameters, it is quite tough to make it with pure Power Automate flow. But you can use Office scripts for this. So, I think that we can go to demos. What we have, I have already prepared some flows which are with specific scenarios. Let's see. Whoop. Show the desktop. Probably now, yes. Okay, so first, I have one flow which is implemented with specific scenario where we need to run script from OneDrive. This script analyzes if we have some changes from the previous state of Excel. We parse this information. Script is returned like JSON. JSON is after that analyzed, and we have collection. For each element, that means each item, like row, we have after that also additional functionality where we can add this information in database. Here I'm using Cosmos DB from Microsoft Azure. We can create after that HTML table. It is with one click, and after that we are sending this information to email, in this case my email. Let's see what I have in my Excel table. It is not something beautiful, I'm not designer, sorry, but at least I can demonstrate. When we have some changes in the status of specific tasks, this is a list with specific tasks, our Power Automate flow will be triggered, and we will have the whole logic where we will analyze what is changed, and we will send email, and we will update database. Let's test it. How we can test Power Automate flow? Probably you know, when we are in editing mode, we can make this test pretty simple, intuitively from Web UI. Now, I need to change some values. My tasks have some progress, hopefully. And here the script is running. What is expected? Here is expected when script is executed to have as response JSON structure. This JSON structure will be converted to collection. We will get all items. Now we are inserting items into Cosmos DB database. I will not talk now about Cosmos DB, but it is modern, multi-model, polyglot database as a service offered from Microsoft in Microsoft Azure. And after that, we will create HTML table, and this table will be sent to my email. This is the idea in this simple scenario. Why we have here a little bit more time? Because we have several hundred items, and these items in this flow are implemented in a way where we are inserting one by one these items. It is, frankly, especially for the demo, to have some time and to try to explain these details during the execution of this flow. We can make it also in batch mode. Several seconds more, and we will have the results. Meanwhile, I think that I can demonstrate, at least in Cosmos DB, that we already have some records. I prepared one database with specific container. This container is XLS documents. And here we have already extracted this information, which is from Excel table. Going back, we will need a few more seconds, probably around 3 minutes is execution of all this setup. And after that, you will see the HTML table. Sometimes you can have some felt items depending on what you have into your data. And if we have, for example, some not, situation is because I have already existing records in this table. How we will make it with email? I will put now another example, this one. We can run it, and here we have no this part with Cosmos DB because I need to clean the database. But because we have no time, I will show one more thing. I will not spend your time with additional execution of the same flow. The next one is related to execution of one more complex scenario, where Office scripts are also important. We have two different flows. One main flow, and this main flow is executing several flows which run in parallel mode. What is the idea of such kind of solution? This scenario is used to copy and transform huge amount of data. Why with Power Platform? Why with Power Automate? Because sometimes it is pretty easy to make such kind of activities without access to restricted environment and without need to be developer. So, what I have here? Here I have one script which is reading Excel table just like helper tool. Here we are simulating dynamic list. As I mentioned, when we need to generate dynamic list of parameters, it is not out of the box to create it in Power Automate. Going back to Excel, this table is pretty simple. I have for this demo only two different packages. You can imagine that it is hierarchical structure with files which need to be processed parallel. Why we need to do this? Quite often we need to have parallel processing to be possible to make some tasks faster and to increase the performance. Let's try to run it. I have preset parameters, so I can run it without to add some parameters regarding to data lake structure. This script is executed. You can see in this script input, output. You can see information. Yes, it is like JSON, but it is, I think, easy to be understandable. We have two different packages with specific keys. This JSON is parsed, and after that, we have in parallel mode two different flows which already copy this data to another place with specific transformations. So, this is the idea. You can include such kind of scripts to help your organization with automation. These scripts are mostly for big workloads. You can make automation without need to have unlocked workstation. It is automation which is on the cloud. You can try it, and you also can do it without any concerns that it is difficult. You can check the documentation. Structure of the object model is, as I mentioned, almost the same like for Visual Basic for automation. And using Power Automate and Power Platform, you can actually use this data, you can consume it without knowledge of programming. You see there are already available components like actions, which you can use and to transform this data to whatever you want. If you want, you can transform it to table, you can transform it to collection, you can analyze it in pretty easy way. So, we are a little bit after the schedule with the whole conference, so I will stop here. We can have a lot of demonstrations, but it is enough. If someone is interested, feel free to ask me after the conference, in person, online. I will be glad to discuss about automation, Office scripts, and everything around JavaScript and TypeScript. Thank you.